Hello, lovely people of YouTube. We're super excited today. We have a really unique project to show you. Actually, it's a modified version of the Ébène, but this time we went a whole different direction with the color scheme. So there it is, the Ébène in a white version, which is really something that we're not used to do here at Minimalist. Normally all the trims, the steel, the roofing is all black, and then we play with combinations of cedar to create different looks. But in this case we went with vertical standing seam white steel siding along with horizontal steel siding imitation of wood. The house will be installed in California, and the client really wanted to have something that is more flame retardant than actually real wood would be. In this particular case, we installed that horizontal wood imitation steel siding as well. The house has the same footprint as the original Ébène, which is 10.5 by 36.5 overall dimensions, included that little bump out section in the living area. And besides that, the house doesn't include any propane appliances, so it's gonna be fully electrical. But then it's wired to include some solar panels as a backup in the future if needed. So as you can see, the exterior is really different than our previous homes. But then when we're gonna go inside, you're gonna see that you're gonna be familiar with that overall look, which is something that distinguishes the Ébène with the two lofts and the big living area. So without further waiting, let's have a look inside. Welcome inside this custom version of the Ébène. Right now I'm standing in the living area, which will also be the dining area. So as you can see, there's plenty of space. We have a head clearance of around 6 feet 4 inches. And then we have that big window right here that brings a lot of natural light. And then this whole area can be rearranged, so it could serve as the living area. As I said, you can install some love seats and rearrange them to make a dining area. We have another window here in the bump out. Of course, it could be a TV area depending on what you want to do with that layout. But the overall layout is really similar to the original Ébène. And then here what we have is the two electrical panels. So we have one on each side. That one is the 30 amp for the generator outlet that will feed heating and cooking in case of an outage. And then we have 100 amp right here with a lot of space left. And then we have that little bookshelf that is all made of wood that matches the ceiling as well. And then we have two little cabinets in the bottom here. And then we have space here for TV stuff the clients will install with other shelves. So that will be up to her to decide what she wants to do with that. Here we have two little floating shelves so we can put decorations and stuff like that. And that brings us to this part of the house, which is the storage staircase. Right now we always include an inside rail guard for safety purposes. In this case we have wire railing, which is a choice for design. And then we have a lot of storage in there, so that is a decent closet. And it's next to the entrance, so that way you can put your stuff right when you enter the house. And all the doors in this storage staircase is push and pull, so it gives a slick design. But I mean, you need to be aware of that because you don't want to pull that and break the mechanism. And then you have the corner step right here, and of course another storage step right here. So there is no pull-out step in that one, so it's just built in like that. So right next to the kitchen we have, like I said, the entrance door. Normally we install a glass door all the time to bring in some more light. And then a cool feature that we install a lot nowadays is the built-in blind into the glass. It's really clever to have that because if you have a blind that is in front of the door, it's always banging against the door when you open it. So yeah, that's a way more clever way to have a blind inside the door. And then we have that little door stopper here. So that's a funny noise. Yeah, so for the kitchen, we have a really long counter that's around 10 feet. We have a built-in dishwasher right here with a drawer underneath. We have some cabinets on top, all push and pull. We have a nice deep sink, stainless sink, and we have here the kitchen faucet is motion detected, so underneath, like that. So if we have a look under it, we have that little thing in the bottom here. That's where the sensor is. So after that, all the plumbing is there. And then we have the pods that we'll discuss later. And underneath that, we have a backup toe kick heater. On top of the sink, we have that nice square window, so you can actually have a look outside when you're doing stuff in the sink. And then we have that little light on top of that. And of course, an awning door on top. So that little area right here is really nice. We have some more storage here, more storage on top of that. So there's plenty of cabinets in that kitchen. And then we have 4 drawers right here. Soft closing mechanism all the time. And then another storage here right before the built-in microwave oven along with the cooktop, both Bosch, so it's good quality, and it's pretty much what we install the most in our houses nowadays. The kitchen backsplash is still the Muralux panels. That one is an imitation of tiles, and we have that LED strip all along the cabinets in the kitchen, and we have that nice little range hood on top of that stainless that matches the sink. So in front of the oven, we have a really tall refrigerator with a freezer underneath. So it's 24 inches width, but then it's really tall, so it gives plenty of space. All right, so next to it, we have a pantry that's also really tall. It's different than the pull-out pantry that we have, but it offers the same amount of storage for your food. We have the little breakfast nook right here with 2 big drawers. So that one will be mostly for pans and like deep dishes. And then we have 2 floating shelves on top of that also. So before we enter the bathroom, we might as well show you that little barn door. It's really nice. It's wooden. Normally we include some white door or glass door for the bathroom, but then that one is wood, and it really matches the whole natural wood concept in that house. This is also the area where we store the ladder to the loft. There's 2 lofts inside that house. We'll visit the other one later. That one is only for storage purposes. There is no emergency window in there, so actually you would not be allowed to sleep in there. It's mostly for storage. So let's get in the bathroom. This bathroom is on the same layout as the original Ébène, which was including a bathtub. This is the main feature of that bathroom. So there's a 32 by 60 bathtub that fits in the bottom here. And then right there we have the space for either a flush toilet or a composting toilet. In that case, we installed a nature's head, but then we have the connection for a regular flush toilet, and we have a nice little window on top of it. This corner here is the mechanical room. In the original Ébène, we had a separate washer and dryer with a counter on top and a corner place for the mechanical room. In this case, we had a bigger mechanical room, and we installed a 2-in-1 washer and dryer. That one is LG. On top of that, we have some counter space and also 2 little floating shelves to put your stuff. Yeah. And then the corner here opens up that way. So that way you can have the whole clearance when you want to remove the hot water tank at some point. Normally it's good for 10 years, but then you'll need to find a way to remove that. So here it's not a big deal. And then we have plenty of space to put stuff. You can even put like a canoe in there or a bicycle. It's really big. Okay, so from top to bottom in the mechanical room, we have the power supply. So the house is off-grid ready, which means that you could include some solar panels in the future. Right underneath that, we have the fuse box, which is normally for all the elements that are 12 volts supplied. On the left, that little yellow apparel is called a smart water valve. It will shut off your main water line if it detects a leak anywhere in the house where you will install a sensor pod. So yeah, this is something that we include now in our homes, and that prevents damages that would be caused due to a water leak inside your home. Underneath the smart water valve, we have the water entrance and also the small particle filter that we include stock in our homes. Next to it, we have the hot water tank. That one is 30-gallon Bradford white. It's installed in a drip pan in case of a leak. And also on the right, we have the expansion tank for the hot water tank. In the bottom of the bathroom, we have a vanity with a nice little sink on top of it. We have a Tokic heater underneath, and then we have a nice little mirror on top of that. And also we have a GFI plug next to the sink. And that brings us to the bathtub. The bathtub, like I said, is 32 by 60. We have a clearance of 6 feet 8 inches inside that bathroom, so it's quite comfortable for anybody that is a regular height. For those who are not, then yeah, probably this house is not for you. Besides that, we have the shower panels. These are also Muralux tiles, and they match what we see in the kitchen as well. One thing I forgot to mention in that house is that little box right here. It's not because we drilled a hole and we want to hide it. It's because that house is not equipped yet with a mini split, but everything is installed so the client can install her mini split later. Same thing, we have the connections on the outside, and then if you remove the box, you could install the head of the mini split later on if you want. The main bedroom is located inside the loft, so let's have a look. So we are now in the bedroom loft. So what we have is the space for a queen size bed, and we have 2 little nightstands on each side of the bed. You have the switch, of course, for the lights, but you also have some plugs with USB outlets. And then we have the hair exchanger right here. The window in the bottom there is not the standard size for an egress window. It's mostly just to let the light come in, but you cannot open that window. On the other side, we have a window that will be used in case of emergency. It's an egress size, so it responds to the standards that we need to follow. The difference between the 2 lofts is also the height. In the bathroom, we have a clearance under the loft of 6 feet 8 inches. And then in the living area right underneath where I'm at right now, the clearance is 6 feet 4 inches in order to provide more space in what will be the main bedroom. Here we have a built-in storage for the people that will be living inside that bedroom. We have 4 drawers, and then we have 2 cabinets. So this one might include a closet rod. You can put some t-shirts right there or some pants. The height allows for it, but then if you have some taller clothes, you might as well put them in the other closet downstairs. But that's still pretty decent storage for a bedroom loft. What a beauty. So I hope you guys enjoyed that tour of that custom version of the Ébène. As you can see, we can play in different ways with the available space that we have. In this case, the client really did some amazing choices in our opinion. We're gonna wrap up this tour of the Ébène while I'm standing next to our first quadruple axle trailer on which we're going to build an amazing home in the weeks to come. So make sure you tune into that YouTube channel and subscribe to make sure that you have the warning when we're going to release the video of that one. But of course, if we get back to the purpose of the video today, I hope you enjoyed that tour of the Ébène. If you have any questions, just feel free to write it down in the comments below, and also contact us through our website if you have any technical questions or if you have a tiny house project in mind. Thanks for following us on our different media platforms. We have Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and of course the YouTube channel. So hope you guys have a great day. See you in the next video tour.